Reet. Had your gobs. Public service announcement from Fatster's economy lad. All the crap coming is Reet. But didn't ask when war Sloggs and Dan or a couple of doylums that canna use the netty proper, let alone find their arse from their elbow, so gan canny. All the pictures taxed them from all our, so cheers to all the hinnies who hide them out there. So all canny here over the dirt, so if you didn't like it, like me granny used to say, it's nice to be nice, if you canna be nice, fuck off. Didn't let the bairns listen to this unless you want them to go and proper rage and mental. Reet man, pet man, this is one of them D as I say, not as I D moments. If ye want to copy us, Dibben come running to us after with a broken leg. Cheers, bairns, gan canny.
It's birthday day today. It's my man Sloggs' birthday day today. I'm Dan Watson.
Have you been practicing that?
No, I haven't. That was off the cuff, mate. Mickey Bubble, watch out, because I'm coming for fucking Christmas next.
I'm Paul Sloggett. Welcome to the dirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, today, not only is it Paul Slogget's birthday, it is a day to celebrate another person, Andy Brind. We're going to bring him in. He's everybody's, and whenever he was everybody's favourite Brind until, Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Sloggs.
Happy birthday.
Give him a blow.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm stoked with that. Thank you very much, brother.
Welcome. Thank you for having me on this momentous day.
Now, Lorna said to me a minute ago, I've got a mini roll here that's like a caterpillar. Should I stick a candle in it for Sloggs? I said, no, he's already had his fucking cake for the day. I've seen it on Facebook.
Yeah.
He shared it with the kids. He don't need another one. Extra above and beyond by young Andy on your behalf.
Put me on blower back.
I really appreciate that. I'm
right.
chuffed to bits.
That's not what Sloggs calls a blower, let me tell you.
So he didn't.
Told me about that when I was padded up as a kid.
Yeah, man, dude, look, seriously, thank you for the time that you've taken to come on the show. Yeah, obviously, there was only one Brind that we really wanted to have on, and that's everybody's favourite Brind.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Andy Brind, back from Bolivia on a horticultural trip. He's been bringing various species of plants with him.
Growing here. not the classic Mountainboard plants, but
I tell you what, if you look at that purest Mountainboard park, they've got an event there coming up 14th to 16th of April. I'm saying that off the top of my head. I could well be wrong, but yeah, I bet you'll probably see some of those plants in the backdrop of there. It looks amazing.
It does look literally lush.
Yeah, by all sense of the terms. But yeah, anyhow, thank you for coming on.
And welcome.
We're joking, and he's not back from Bolivia, I believe. Are you still in the family business?
Me? Yeah. You know, I'm taking a sabbatical, you know. Trying to get in a plant game these days. They're excited when you start stairlifts, but then it really just goes down, you know.
And up as well.
Yeah, it's supposed to go up as well.
I was waiting to see if anyone's got the go. It's a classic stairlift. How's business? Oh, it's up and down, you know. Yeah. Get them out of the way early.
Hey man, the cornier the joke, the more I laugh. The more people groan at them.
Yeah, that's it. They're exactly my kind of jokes, so we'll probably get a few of them.
Listen, so I mean, I'd obviously Matt has, as you has pre-warned us, Matt has sent us through a few bits and pieces about your youth, should we say?
Yeah.
But I don't think he's really, to be totally honest with you, sent us anything too much that you're hopefully going to not tell us anyway.
Yeah, probably, if I can remember.
Well, this is it. So he reckons you started. So we'll do this as a bit of a back and forth. We'll go from his notes to your.
Yeah, that's it. Test his information, shall we?
So he reckons you're about 10 and a half, 11 when you first started mountain boarding.
So Matt was 14, and he's 3 and a bit years older than me. So yeah, about 10 and a half. I reckon. Yeah.
Did you get your own board? Like how did?
I mean, hand-me-down kid, were you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Basically, well, I mean, you'll get all the story from Matt because I suppose it's kind of his origin story more than mine. But he wanted a mobile phone on his 14th birthday. Our mum didn't want to give him one, and we were walking through the local woods, and some people blasted past on boards. And I want one of them. So we got one of them.
What woods was it?
Hockley Woods. It was only local woods to us. You're not really meant to be in there at all, but people were. Classic passport star.
Do you now know who those people were that were riding them?
No. Saw them once, and that was it, I think.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you're watching,
that's it. Yeah.
Pick up your board again because they've probably not been on it for 15 years.
Yeah, probably. Well, if I was 10 and a half, it's like 17 now. Crikey.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was technically Matt's first board. It was a Keo Air S. Yeah, it used to be, because we live near Southend-on-Sea, there was a kite shop there. That's our mountain boards. I think we got it from there originally. Matt will fill you in when if you ever get him on here.
Right.
Yeah.
Southend-on-Sea has got a banging skate park, if I remember rightly, as well. Didn't we go to Scotty Ledbetter's stag do there?
I don't know if I went to Scotty Ledbetter's stag do.
Oh, this is awkward.
I might.
Brilliant. Maybe it's really good because you weren't there.
Well, yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, I was probably living the high life, jet setting around the world or Europe at some point on the international scene. You know, while you were just.
I know what I'd rather be
in the fucking shallows.
Yeah, with Scotty.
Dear. Yeah, so like I say, it was more Matt's mountain board, and then we sort of shared for a while, and then I don't know when. I think he got to a Comp 16 from then, and maybe I got his Keo, and then I got one after that. So that was a little.
So were you originally riding on your own then? If Matt just if you just come across a mountain boarder in the woods, you were just like, oh, I'll have one of them. So you were riding on your own, really?
Yeah. So our driveway's got quite a nice little slope to learn on. It's concrete, but you can go down and then round behind the house is grass. So we'd bomb down a driveway. We had a little go-kart as well. That's great.
I'll see the picture of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Mobility scooter wheels on it. We put a black piece of wood on the front. And that was a great laugh. But yeah, I'll send you some of them anyway. But so yeah, we'd go down the driveway, turn onto the grass and do a power slide. And then Matt looked around for a local group and found Eeb-it at that point, which was Essex all-terrain dirt boarders.
I was going to say I've not thought of that for I can see the logo in my mind's eye now for them.
I barely remember it. I think it's all kind of black and white, the sort of the logo-ish. But we weren't a big team, but you know, they're all quite local to us in Essex, which was key. Sort of South Essex.
Name some names then from that group.
The only one you might recognise is Ian Pluck. He's got an electric. We knew him as Pluck.
I know Mr. Pluck.
Yeah, there was Nick Smith.
Yeah.
We all used to come to ride the hill, so you probably know him. Nick Smith.
Exactly.
Si, I can't remember his last name. Who else was there? I think there was Nick's brother for a little bit. There was a guy called Flipper. Oh, I'm going to forget all their names. This is terrible. The main ones we still see are Nick and Chuck mostly, but
yeah.
Do you see Nick still, do you?
Pardon?
Do you see Nick still, do you?
Yeah. We like to try to, but we haven't done for a while. We saw him a few months back, and then before that, it's probably pre-COVID.
Yeah, send him my love.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll do next time. Who else was there? There was Colin, chap called Colin. Colin Green, I think his name was. Oh, God. I feel bad now. Dawson, I think was one of the names. I don't know. I was young. Yeah, I was young.
Young Pete Hills, would he not have been?
Yeah, he was floating around. He was up near Braintree because he was working at Skeleton Coast in Colchester. Yeah. So he was sort of North Essex, which is, 45, 50 minutes away. So he would meet up with him every now and again.
Well, when you're 10 years old, that's a long distance.
Yeah. I mean, we used to go and ride at a place called One Tree Hill. I don't know why it's called that, but that was quite a good slope, actually. I went there during COVID and I thought, yeah, this is quite a nice slope there. If you get some little jumps and rails, you could set up a nice little line. But yeah, that was actually down the road from our dad's house when he lived down there, and only about 10 minutes from us. And then he used to have a big wooden kicker and stuff that they'd drag around, and yeah, it was a good time when I was little.
Was Hill 62, was that near you guys?
I don't think so. Around the hill popped up with a little place in Gloucester Park in Basildon. Never went there. Don't know what it was all about. Again, I was too young to really get around, but that was, I don't know where Hill 62 was. I didn't do a lot of travelling back in them days.
Fair enough. So when do you think then that when did you emerge from being the little younger kid who had your brother's cast-offs into actually taking it for your own,
Yeah. I mean, I was always kind of into what Matt did anyway. So like I say, when he got his own board after that, it can't have been that long. Because I was still tiny when I got a Core 1. And I remember I had the best Core 1 ever because I saved up and got matrix lights put on it as opposed to the skate trucks. Little tiny kid with this cheap board, well, cheap little beginner board with just some bitching trucks on it was really good. But I must have been, I mean, I had long hair back then as well. So that was, I can't have been much older, 11, 12, something like that probably.
When you say you saved up, did you have a paper round at that age, did you?
No, probably just saved up a bit of pocket money that we got here and there. And our birthdays used to get money as well. So I probably saved up half my birthday because parts were cheap back then. I think it was like 120 quid for the pair of trucks, maybe. Something like that rings a bell.
Yeah.
Maybe 150. You pay that per truck now, but hey ho. Yeah. Did do the paper rounds and all of that. That is in my past, that's for sure. Classic kid stuff.
Not still doing it. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I've moved on from then. I do the yellow pages now. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. I think One Tree Hill and Ride the Hill were the main two spots. You all right?
You all right?
Yeah, I've just remembered I've not done a 10 set. I haven't got a 10 set near me.
Oh my God.
It's such a fucking busy day. We're doing off the cuff, man.
Yeah, well, we're bloody 24 episodes in now.
I could probably,
I mean, you can do this, right, Sloggs? You can do this.
I mean, I can probably tell you most of the questions anyway. Well, I've watched every episode. I'm up to date.
Andy, we just had this sort of thing with his mic volume.
Oh.
And how did that work out?
Fine.
But for our one or two audio listeners who are listening in their car, all nice and peacefully, that's just really fucked with them. Eamon, I know you like to listen audioly. So just give him a roar.
I'm always a YouTube watcher, I must say.
Well, yeah, more effort goes into the YouTube edit, so thank you.
I live on YouTube. I watch everything on YouTube. Netflix and that only come into it when Kay wants to watch something. So
fair enough. I do happen to know that you just purchased your own house last year.
Yeah,
I assume that's where we're sitting now.
No, like I say, I'm at the in-laws technically. So we kind of in two places. Excuse me. So at the minute I'm on Canvey Island, which is at the bottom of Essex, because Kaylee works in Southend Hospital, so that's much closer. Where I've bought is just outside of Stowmarket, so sort of South Suffolk. So I'm like a whole county away from the place I've bought. So we're sort of doing it up and whatnot before we move in fully. So then when all our stuff's there, we don't have to move it all to try and paint and do all the floors and this sort of stuff. So
Makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you
And then
can,
hopefully
if you can do that. Good luck with your new home, Andy.
Yeah,
I shall look forward to the invite for the housewarming. And
yeah. There's Phoenix Cycle Works down the road from me actually, which I'm trying to get into.
Right.
I don't know if you've seen that anywhere. It looks.
Yeah, we've seen it, and we read your little sniffing around them. Is
Yeah,
it going well?
It does on a bike, and it's got a nice little bit of gradient to all of it. So I think on a board, if you can get in there, it'll be a great time. So
you just got to take that.
Trying to wiggle in there.
You should have to ask them. Do you know who I am?
Yeah. They don't care. Though.
I've been on the dirt.
Yeah. Oh, you're Andy Brind. What sport is that? I've never even heard of that, mate. Let alone you.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle getting in anywhere, as you well know. You've really got to have a foot in somehow.
Yeah.
Already.
I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve. Cam, who rides bikes with us, is quite well known now in the bike scene, and they like him up there. So he's going to try and act like he wants to film a video there with me mountainboarding and him biking, and then they get the promo from his video, and then I get to ride my board and show them not some sort of idiot.
Get it done.
Yeah.
I have to say that's possibly the best sort of inroad that I can think of into these. I mean, it's all very well and good saying that you're current reigning freestyle champion of the UK. You know,
in regular.
That's it. I mean, to be fair, generally you get even better results on the world scene than you do the UK. We could go into statistics if you'd like.
Yeah, this is what Matt warned me about. It's all the same. Well, that's quite a funny statistic, really. Yeah.
Well, he said that you've won the seniors overall, but can't find the year. What year did you win the seniors, Andy?
I've had too many concussions to know what year anything happened.
Well, you won the seniors freestyle in 2012. Before going pro in 2013. You've beat. Oh,
here we go.
James Wanklin's going to love this one now. You've beaten James 2 times in a row now at the UK Freestyle Championship.
Yeah. Keeping the Brind on top.
I've questioned this next statement to Matt.
Right.
But as ever, 99.999. I would never argue with that.
Correct. I've seen the spreadsheet. It's ridiculous.
But apparently, you're the only person to ever cork 10 landed to dirt. Now, we'll touch on that a bit later on.
Sure.
But just in the interest in this, I thought AJ Lawson had landed the 10. Now, whether he's saying cork is a different, maybe AJ's was a flat spin. It was. I'm pretty sure it was a grab.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's flat, and then Ben's also got side flat 10s.
Yeah.
So mine was the first corked one.
First corked one.
Yeah.
That's
first or only still?
Only. I mean, it only happened last year, so it's only still. But
I'll still take that. I'll take that every day of the fucking week, Andy.
Did you ride into Eamon shortly after?
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah. Well, right. In my defence, I saw him start right at the far side of the four-cross berm, and as I'm going down, I saw him walking across. And I'm like, what have I done? I've over-rotated, and I thought, oh, he's just going to carry on walking across. I'll dodge him, so I'll keep going straight. And of course, he stopped moving, and I just went straight and just ploughed into him.
There's a good bit of footage of that actually.
Yeah.
Hanging around somewhere.
Andy Gumlow's drone, that is. Yeah.
Here's the stats. Here's the meat and potatoes. Does better at the world border cross championships than the UK championships.
Yeah.
World stats always makes the semi-finals. 6 entries, 1/3, 1/4, 1/6, and 2/8, tied with James Wanklin again for second most semi-final appearances.
Nice. Yeah, I'll take that.
Oh, we're ready for bed about now, Matt.
Yeah. I mean, the trouble is it's semi-finals. Who cares about that?
Oh, okay.
No.
I
I'm
I
joking.
am-
It's hard work to get
I'll
to
have
the
you
semis.
know
Good golly.
that I am one of the most famous semi-finalists in the world.
Oh, dear.
It's annoying. It's a really hard stage, the semis, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, all the way up to the semis can be really hard. The border
Oh
cross.
yeah, but you
yeah.
get to the semis and you think, right, I've got one more race, and then I always kind of think, right, I'd be happy if I made the finals, regardless of position. If you made the finals and you got all the way down, everybody together and had a race, that's ideal. It doesn't. But semi-finals is always a little bit bittersweet, you know.
I mean, I'm always chuffed to get to the semis, to be fair, because like I say, the Worlds is just ridiculous. The level, like I think I've been 5 or 6. How many has it been? I think you said 6. And just every year, it's mental. You think, how am I in a race for these 4 people in these 3 people in the quarterfinals? There is no way this should be a quarterfinals at all. This should be a semis or a finals. This bloody. There you go. But yeah, I always manage to sleep my way through, it seems. So I'll keep on trying.
You keep trying, unless you're in a race with me, and then just feel free to just, you know,
make a remote problem at the top and then take you on the finish line. Yeah.
Yeah. We can go down there if you. I was being nice then, but no. The alternate line. The alternate line. Yeah, we're all wise to that now. We're all wise to that now on that final thing. Completely cut the corner. Every other time we've ever raced bugs, it's always the race is on that last tabletop.
Yeah.
And no, moving it round the corner and there not being a corner means you don't have to take the berm.
Yeah, exactly. You can straight line it from the middle of that corner out the back end of the berm, and you get through the finish line.
Yeah, that's it. Literally, the moment you're coming down the last tabletop, just be aiming for that bush.
Yeah.
And it don't matter whether someone's behind you or not. They're not overtaking you. You can completely block the corner off, can't you? If you're in a commanding place, and if you're not, and they don't do that. Oh, anyhow. You
learn the hard way. You learn the hard way.
I did.
I didn't knock you out though, did I? Weren't you in first anyway?
Yeah. No. That you knocked me out there.
Oh, all right.
You knocked me out there, and you didn't go on to win.
No. I know.
No. Disappointed at best, really.
Yeah. I would be too.
It's as if it's bad enough that that little fucking shite bag, Dibbo Sunnan or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Danny Sibben.
Danny Sibben, yeah.
You mean Scruffy Cunt? Will there be a rematch this year? Is there going to be an Eeb?
Yeah, I mean, this will come out a week Sunday, so
yeah. So you've got plenty of time to.
Might be announced by then. You never know. I thought I might wear the T-shirt just to get the conversation going.
Now this I like to hear. So tell us more for those of the gravity disposition.
Gravity board.
Tell us a little bit about Eeb-it. How you know.
Tell you all about it. So, Eeb-it was last year. It was held at Bugs. Nowhere else to hold it anymore, but hey. So it's the 14th and 15th of August, so midsummer, and it was just an all-terrain electric boarding event. And I think it went off absolutely beautifully, personally.
So do I.
Yeah, we did. We started it off with a nighttime hill climb. So everyone had all their boards lit up and all their disco lights and whatnot. We bombed it up the hill, then bombed it down the border cross, which was kind of stupid. I just had a phone torch on, couldn't see a thing. And then, the next day we did a time trial, which obviously with an e-board you can go uphill. So we just bombed it up the hill, looped around, did a bit of gnarly off-roady bit. We sort of went down into the super pipe to 90-degree left.
Which caught everyone out.
Yeah. Well, you got brakes. You might as well make people use them.
Oh, yeah.
And then, that was great. And then live timing, as always, And then we had the E-Pre, which was 4-man racing around a little circuit in the bottom left corner.
Oh, man, I've been saying that wrong for a long time. I've been calling it the E-Pricks.
Yeah, I thought you would say that.
I thought that was the funnest part, the most
Yeah, I
enjoyable
think so too.
part.
Definitely spectator-wise, that was a great one because everyone could just sit there right at that one edge, see absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And
everyone was up for a laugh at the throughout it. It was enjoyable. There was no like when you get in the gates at the top of a border cross, there's always a bit of jitter.
Yeah.
But with that, it just felt everyone was all in just for a laugh, and it was really, really enjoyable.
Absolutely, I agree. I mean, I think because with that, you felt you had time to make up for a mistake at least. Whereas in border cross, if you make a mistake, it's kind of over. But at least in that E-Pre, if you went deep in a corner, you've just got your thumb to freaking power the rest of it and catch up. But yeah, that was real good fun. I think that's probably my favourite event.
I think it was my favourite event.
I do love a time trial, but I think the E-Pre was fun just because.
I was going to say that the time trial was my favourite event there.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I mean, the only downside to
it because
I got about 5 attempts at it, where Sonny Dibbon had
he was
20 attempts, 30 attempts. I don't know, but
did he do better than you in the time trial?
Well, yeah, because he had like 10 more goes at it.
So that's the excuse for the time trial. What about the E-Pre when he fucking rinsed you? What was your
excuse for that? He absolutely ruined you, mate.
I had thumb issues on the final corner. We can play the footage. You'll see. I got a sprain right here.
I thought you got cramped. You couldn't bend your thumb all of a sudden.
That's like me saying the only reason Andy beat me, like when we done the border cross on Ebe, was because I lost power on my fucking wand, which I did.
I did the same though. We both just stopped at the start. Fuck's sake.
I come down about 60 seconds after everyone else. I just couldn't get anything. There was no connection between my board and my wand.
Yeah. I think I had that 3 times in that.
That's the only reason you beat me, Andy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Why else? What else?
We all know it.
This is a winner's mentality, Slog it. A winner's mentality. Remember that.
It just sounds like a load of fucking excuses. And I'm not even hang on a minute, I sound like I'm back in sunny up here. What's going on in my life?
Oh, dear.
I believe every word you said, Dan. Should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on. Andy was telling us about the rest of the Eeb-it.
Yes, and then obviously Saturday night party, as you do, mini rab sessions, all of that. And then Sunday was the border cross, which everyone wanted to be uphill. You know, we've covered this before in topics, but it was downhill, you know, as you do, because not everyone can get up. It's one line going up, really, you know. So going down was good. And really, it just made us mountain boarders shine. You know, that's kind of why we did it. But that was good fun as well. It adds a whole different element having the motors on a border cross track, because you get people trying to cut inside lines and bomb it out the end, and that was it was all a great part. Then you get the Kierans as well, just pin it across the finish line somehow and just try and steal the win. Yeah,
there was a line on the second, I think it was the second burn that Emlyn took that I was like, oh fuck, that's a fucking line.
That's just Aiden though. He just takes lines like mental. Like when we did the test day, when we went up there, like it was just the right stickiness where you can absolutely grip those inside lines. And just every time, Aiden would just dunk us on the inside every time. You go, how do you fight this?
Like, you were literally gaining meters by taking that line with the eaves. Yeah.
And then you're in front, and then the other person is now behind you. You've got to try and get around you somehow. So
and they're not lines, like you say, they're not lines that you could take without that power. Because I mean, you could take them, but you'd lose so much.
Yeah, because you can't get your speed back.
Yeah, because you're going through it was like rough as fuck through there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I spent like 2 days grooming that track. Thank you very much.
You just groomed it all down into the bottom of the fucking burn.
I mean, that was, it was a great time, all of it, I think.
It was a great event. And what I liked about it was that it brought a lot of e-boarders that weren't mountain boarders onto dirt.
Yeah.
And you could see that with the bishops and stuff. We've now bought a mountain board and like virtually solely dirt now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
So-
obviously, the dirt's the much better way. Oh, the gravity, the analog, the acoustic, whatever. The mountain board side is much better, but you can't beat a bit of Eeb-it every now and again. That's for sure. Yeah.
But there was dudes doing it, like trying to do the board. They were freaking getting it clean eventually with no bindings on.
Oh yeah, there's one evolved there. I mean, fair play.
Yeah, fucking right.
I don't have bindings on. I'm the most uncomfortable I've ever been. It's mental. It's the worst thing. But yeah, I
He
think.
competed in all events though, didn't he?
Yeah. He did quite well, to be fair, as well. It's not like all the trampers just left him behind. He held his own in a few of them.
He certainly did. I was really impressed with it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he was called.
I can't remember. Matt will probably comment below, I'm sure.
But he gets a salute from me for even trying it, because I fucking wouldn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We did try and sell it to get more non-binding people over, but I think I don't think they're quite into that terrain.
No, but you brought more. It definitely brought the e-boarders into mountain boarding.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many people knew bugs existed, like e-board people. I know Jeff Bond did, because I think he'd been there before, and maybe a couple of the others, but a lot of people didn't know that was even there, sort of thing. And there's a lot of people in that Bristol-y, all that area over there. So I think, hopefully it's going to bring a few more out of the woodwork.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think it would be wise to continue to offer it to non-bindings.
Yeah. I mean, it's an open, anyone can come.
Yeah.
Whatever they want.
It-
EUC. I'd like to race an EUC down a border cross track. That'd be mental.
yeah. Especially if they're handy with it.
Yeah.
And potentially used to riding off-road like that.
Mm.
Mike Lee, I don't know how to pronounce his surname, but Lee from the
That
American.
shibby time, is it?
That's it, shibby time.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to ride a border cross.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be able to ride anything that we ride.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be quite a legit race there.
Mm. Yeah. Depends how well they grip in the corners, I guess, because they're not the steepest banks, are they? So I suppose if they're leading in, they don't want that wheel to slide out and
Yeah.
Yeah, because you only got one wheel for your grip, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I think Moja posted something. He's in a bowl, but he couldn't ride around the bowl because he got a tilt sensor in it or something. So if it tilts over too much, it just cuts out.
That was the Meanwhile one, wasn't it, Dan? Meanwhile Gardens the other day.
Yeah.
Which me and Dan used to ride all the time when we was up in London. That was our go-to, like off day when we weren't working at the Priory.
Yeah. Fair play. Yeah,
Oh, that's
that was
right.
Eeb-it. That's electric boards. Hopefully bigger and better this year. I'd like to think it's going to be a lot more popular this year because I know it sounds braggy, but I didn't hear a bad word said about it really. Obviously we organise it so people might not say anything to us, but I think overall everyone had a blast. So hopefully more people.
I think you're
will.
fairly safe in that assumption there, Andy. I think you're fairly safe in that. Certainly everybody that I spoke to had a whale of a time.
And then
I'm
they
really
saw how
excited by the fact that you're doing it again.
Mm.
Will there be any changes this year to what we could expect from Eeb-it?
probably the time trial. That'll be a different course because the bike has been busy there building whatever else. And I think we want to make it a bit longer because, I mean, we did point out that you could do a time trial over everything that we had set up there. You could, in theory, go down a border cross through the EP track, then up the time trial track and back down, and then that'd be a time trial lap. But, you know, you got to draw a line somewhere. That's a bit nuts. But that'll probably change. Probably the same events that I would have thought. Probably the same weekend in August.
Damn.
But yeah, probably mostly the same, but just tweak the tracks maybe. Well, the border cross will be the same, of course, but yeah.
And I assume you're having an involvement with the ATBA event this year as well.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, so basically the Eeb-it team are the ATBA team now as well. Stu's still involved in the ATBA doing the instructor sides and all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, so we're all going to be running the event. So just as slick as the Eeb-it comp was, hopefully be just as slick as the ATBA comp goes. So as opposed to last year where it was a bit of a shambles because Matt wasn't there. Well, it wasn't a shambles. It was just a bit of a pain.
You did amazing, and let me thank you on behalf
Right.
of the community.
It wasn't. Some of it was me. A lot of it was the Heart Hill crew. They did do a lot of work for that.
Oh, the whole team pulled it out the bag.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you know, from someone stood on the hill at one point watching you run up for your race, get halfway up, and then to realise that the timing had gone, so you had to ride back down and sort the time out, and then run back up for you. No, man, you guys really pulled it out the bag.
Thank you very much.
Lean on the community if you need us for stuff. Obviously,
Always. Yeah.
Sloggs is a technical genius, so if ever you need timing equipment sorted out, just
if you need Bill Gates, I'm your fucking man.
That's the one. Yeah, we'll probably need some trophies, Dan, if you want to make some trophies again. I think everyone liked your trophies last year.
I'm sure it can be arranged. I'd be a liar if I didn't think or know that I'd been sourcing wood already.
It's like euphemism.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, you're going to
Take
think
the
of
day you
money
want it,
again.
boys. Are you going back to you a little bit here,
Yeah,
Andy?
all right. Yeah, we're flipping about, aren't we?
Because we keep straying off onto stuff that needs to be talked about, but we're away from the timeline as such. Your timeline. You have done well on the UK stage. You have done well on the international stage.
Yeah.
You have picked up various little sponsors and bits like that in the past, and potentially now. I know you still have dealings with Tramper. You ride in Hero on your. Oh, hold up, Sloggs. Do you want to ask him?
What am I asking him?
What are you riding?
I give him the opportunity.
So do you know what? Lads? I was sort of semi-listening, but I found my notepad, so I'm quickly writing down the fucking 10 set.
Just say, what's your setup? What are you riding, Sloggs?
Oh, Andy.
Yeah, Sloggs.
What's your current setup? What are you riding? And I want it down to the fucking. I want to know what tyres you're riding. I want everything.
Basically, enough time for him to write down what he's writing down.
Yeah. So I think, what am I riding? So no, obviously you've got the Hero deck. Technically it's Matt's, but he wasn't putting it on his board, so I used it as mine, and then he bought another one, so it's mine now. So yeah, we got one of the first runs of them. That's the one I'm on with the dog print on the bottom. Matt didn't like that too much anyway, so he prefers his newer stuff.
What? He just didn't like the design.
He didn't mind it, but there was two versions of the previous version, wasn't there? There's the original one that had the dog on the bottom, and then I think they changed it to something else. I might
A
be wrong.
skull-like design on the bottom. Or
Yeah, something like that. And he liked the dog one, but it wasn't to his taste boarding wise, let's say. So yeah, I'm on that. Then I got MBS F5s with Tramper heel straps. I'm running the Apex Airs on the trucks.
You can say it. You can say that.
I know.
We're happy with it.
I'm interested as well because
I'm on the Apex Air trucks. And if anyone knows anything about the bushings, which I don't really, I think I'm on the purple cones top and bottom. And then I've got Tramper hubs with Tramper treads on 3 wheels and whatever the other tread is on the other one. No, it's not treads on the. No, it's like the Primo style. What are they called? They are treads. What are the old GI style? No, I've got Tramper treads on 3, and then what's the other tread that MBS and GI used to have?
They do the T1, didn't they? The MBS.
I can't remember. Whatever. I've got another tread on a different wheel because why not?
Styling.
Yeah, got ceramic hybrid ceramic bearings, you know, if you want to get that.
And
What bolts have you got? What bolts are you using?
I've got, you know, titanium bolts, got titanium nut. Yeah,
carbon fiber valve weights.
that's it. Yeah, yeah. Balancing weights. That's it.
So that's your jumping board, your stunt board.
That's my mountain board. Yeah, mountain board.
Yeah.
All round mountain board.
Fair enough. And how have you found the dual parallel kingpin truck design? Did you ever ride a no snow?
Once we went out and visited Josh and Karina a few years back, and I think Josh had a no snow, and I tried riding that around one of their fire track things they got out there. It's interesting. I didn't have snowball boots, I had trainers, so that was probably half the problem, but it was different. Yeah, it's quite stiff.
Yeah.
Turn.
Well, again, it's all down to setup, isn't it? The bushings on that, and if you are wearing snowball, if that's Josh's board and he was wearing snowball boots and bindings, then he's going to be applying loads more pressure than you would be doing in your slip-ons.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I mean the parallel kingpin, I think they call them PKPs or whatever they want to call them. Yeah, I mean I found them all right. I basically had them set up like my channel trucks. You know, they just feel like channel trucks basically. I did message Beer the other day because when I went to the pump track, the initial turn would feel normal, and then you'd try and crank a turn, and it'd feel like not much was happening after that. So I think I need to adjust my bushings. But Beer sent me some suggestions. So hopefully I'll get that sorted out. But other than that, yeah, they're good. You know, I don't like rails, so the kingpin hanging out the bottom doesn't really bother me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You should be board sliding rails anyway, to be fair.
Nah. I mean, at the World's Freestyle, I learned to board slide like 5 minutes before the rail jam. Well, I'd learned before that, but I relearned to board slide 5 minutes before the rail session. And just squeezed some out quickly to try and get a rail score.
Well, I mean, we might as well, whilst we're here on the topic, going to the Worlds.
What, this year?
Yeah.
What, with a new house and a girlfriend that doesn't want to be left behind when I go to Australia, even though we only went 2 years ago or whatever it was. I don't think I will be, sadly. The funds are up there. I'd love to. I really love to, because that park looks amazing. But I don't know if I can swing that. We'll see. But,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You're going to hit any European comps, though?
I mean, I'd like to go up to France. I really like riding Compiègne. I've only been there twice, but I find that place really fun. I'd love to hit LA Park as well. And if anything else is going on anywhere, you know, try and get out where I can. But I need to go to LA Park because that does look tasty. Good
it really does.
It does look, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the woodland side of it that bites my interest.
Yeah.
So much because it's different.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just an open hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
more like a mountain bike downhill sort of thing. Like when you see them whipping through the trees.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'd like to get out there. I think someone's probably going to organise a trip. Sunny and all that love it, so I'm sure there'll be a trip over. So that'd be cool. And if funds allow, then anything else that pops up would be cool. But I think that'll be a minimalist year for me this year.
Right,
a lot of painting and decorating then.
Yeah, new bathrooms need to go in and this sort of stuff. We don't own any sofas. We've got my mum's old sofa. That's what we're rocking at the minute. So got a pile of furniture and all that still.
Are you going to install a stairlift in there?
I mean, it's a bungalow, so I don't know where I can put it. Maybe to pop out when I pull the loft hatch
It's a
down.
bungalow, so yes, of course we're going to put a fucking stairlift.
It's quite funny because my van's got Essex stairlifts written on the side, and A, I live in a bungalow, and B, it's in a different county. It's in Suffolk, not even in Essex. Quite a contradiction.
Oh, brilliant!
Brilliant.
Look, should we go into a reader's question? Readers' wives.
Yeah, go for it. Who's the wife this week?
Who have we got on this week? This week, you can set the order if you like here, Andy.
All right.
You can have this week's questions come in from one Mr. Emlyn Bainbridge,
Oh, nice.
a Mr. Adam Small Eyes Barton. I was so tempted to not say that then after having him on there, but I thought, no, fuck it.
Yeah, all I see it now is a small eyes after Ash, I think, so.
We got your wonderful brother, Matthew Brind.
Wow, yeah.
Never heard of him.
And one Mr. Aiden Beamish.
Mm.
Who do you want your first question to come in from?
I'm going to predict Emlyn's question. Has it got anything to do with the ladder?
Well, now you're testing my knowledge of that episode, because I was thinking, this is quite a specific question,
Right.
And now I'm wondering, does it have anything to do with that?
Is it something to do with 360s with tap indies?
Oh, you know him so well. So
yeah,
his question was, who has the most legit frontside 360 quintuple tap indies?
I watched the footage many times, and it was such a controversy. It was mad. I do think he landed it first, actually. I think the camera angles did him dirty, but I think he did get it. I'll happily concede there. You know, I mean, every episode of The Ladder has got controversy written all over it. I mean, Matt and Ash was just a crash fest. Me and Matt with the 90 in, 90 out rodeos. Me and Emlyn with the tap indies. It was a debacle, all of it. But it was great, you know. But yeah, I think I'll let Emlyn have that one.
Fair enough. Well, I'm glad you brought up the Brind Brothers, because this racing snake physique, the only time I let it go is to have a biscuit whilst watching the Brind Brothers. And I love a biscuit and a mug of tea, Andy.
You're looking slimmer.
I mean, I've got a cup of tea here, but I've got none of my biscuits, and I'm not eating a lot of biscuits at the moment. And
you're prepping yourself for the season here.
I'm right in thinking that it was your idea, right?
I think so.
So you're the man I need to speak to.
Yeah, I mean, me and Matt have always said that we always film generally whatever we ride. We haven't done so much lately, but generally whenever we ride, we like to watch ourselves. Whether it's to be just, you know, self-impressed, cocky, whatever. No, normally it's to review what we do and see what, you know, see if we make it cool, or if it is cool, you get stoked off of it anyway. But
Jeff Bond is right up this. I'm telling you, I'm quite surprised he doesn't, you know, literally film for his own purposes, analytical purposes.
Yeah, but yeah. So you know, I got to the point where I was like, well, not a lot's going on because COVID's coming around. Why don't we just put out some videos and just have a bit of fun with it? Because then it gives you more stuff to do, and it makes you do different things to get your different videos out. So then you start doing stuff you don't normally do. So yeah, I suppose I'll take the blame. I'll take responsibility. This year, I think, because Matt has also bought a house, so we're both now homeowners. Every weekend of mine's busy decorating. Matt's just Matt, I guess. You know, he doesn't want to do it without me. And I think we're going more special projects maybe this year. So every video will be more of an edit-y, project-y sort of video as opposed to a weekly is a mess.
That sounds cool. Tell us more about that, Andy.
Hopefully there'll be an Eeb-it video this year. You know, someone will actually see some footage from there was a couple of edits from Eeb-it last year, but yeah. As always, we like to get Eamon on the board rather than film where we can. Yeah, I mean, you know, there'll probably be an Eeb-it video, a UK Champs video, a Ramp World video from Matt's birthday session.
Yeah. Well, there goes the Dirt's fucking video footage of the summer. Oh.
Yeah. I guess probably a free ride video from Cleve, assuming the weather holds out and it doesn't rain off. So yeah, you know, it's more of a special video thing rather than a weekly. Oh, we haven't filmed anything this week. Let's go and roll the airbag. again and watch everyone riding the airbag again.
Yeah, more a feature, like a feature mini edit.
Yeah, so like last year, was it last year? Maybe we did like the midnight mountainboarding and not the world freestyle championships video, where they just more get a bunch of people together and have a blast and try and make a cool video rather than listen to me and Matt waffle on for 20 minutes and then do about 30 seconds of riding.
To be fair, I'll watch it on mute.
Yeah, I would. I mean, the amount of waffle Aiden gets, me and Matt can't shut up. Poor cat.
You miss out on all the sailing references as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I mean, we upgraded all the e-board track last year at our jump. I don't think anyone really saw a proper edit of that. And I've just started upgrading it again. So, maybe we'll get a Jolly Green TT going again or something. I know we mentioned an old boys Jolly Green TT. Get you two down, get Steve down, get any other of the old boys down. And see who wants to.
We can cut the mustard against you fucking young pups, You don't have to be just old boys.
Okay, all right. We'll see.
You see, I'm keeping fucking silent here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to go out on my fucking sword. Yeah, I don't know.
I'd love to have a go on it.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to it, but there's more now. I can't remember what the last thing we put out from it is. But there's the Jolly Green TT track, which everyone saw with the donuts. The donuts are gone. There's just S-bends there now. And then we extended it further out the back. And then where we are, it's sort of woodlands, and then it's a right angle, then it's a long strip of woodland. And I've started going down the long strip now. So
I think we should talk about your setup that you've got a bit more in depth, because you're very lucky.
Yeah. That's all about who you know.
How did that come about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when was it? It was, I think March. Must have been, how long we had the airbag? Must have been probably about 2 years ago now when we started to jump. No, COVID's been 2 years now, hasn't it? Must have been 3 years. My dad owns the company I work for. My dad and stepmom's their company, and they're in a little village called Bainbridge. Giving away its location now. Beat that.
I'll beat that, yeah.
And about 2 miles away down the road, there's a local farmer. And because they own part shares in the pub and all that, it's a community-owned pub. They got to know the farmer and that just from living there 12 years now. And have always sort of done favours for each other, because my dad's handy with anything, TV aerials, building works, whatever. So they always used to do bits and bobs for each other, favours. And then it got to the point where me and Matt, being in Essex and riding the hill and shut, just needed a jump. We just needed a jump somewhere to go and ride and do some stunts. So in the end, I tapped up the farmer and said, "You got anything for us?" And he went, "Yeah, I could probably find some bits for you." And he had about 4 different places on his farm we could go and do it. But we settled where we are. It's not the most picturesque, but if you're in the middle of a farming field or near the edge of a farming field, it gets really windy. There's no electricity. So all your creature comforts go out the window. So I picked that spot because you're sheltered on the one side with the big warehouse that you always see. You got trees at the end of the run, so some of the headwind you lose. There's another little shed on the left, so left wind doesn't get you too bad. And then where the tower's built blocks all the wind coming from the back. So you do get some wind swirling around, but that's why we ended up there, mostly to protect from the wind. And then we've got electricity. So we're built on top of a container. We've got fridge, microwave, kettle, toaster, little grill, little oven. And we've got all the mod cons. And then obviously we've got all the floodlights because we've got the electricity, so night riding's available. And then you can also have an airbag because you've got the electricity. So it started with just a mud jump and a 6-foot kicker. A few weeks later, I decided I wanted more. So then we built the bit around the corner. Well, I say me and Ben Rye built the bit around the corner when Matt was in Norway. It's sort of a surprise when he came back, because he's having to do 2 weeks of work in Norway every month. And he's getting a bit bummed out that he wasn't home and whatnot. So I thought, all right, we'll build this. And I sent him a little video a few days before he came out. I said, "Oh, by the way, we've got this to ride now." Got some stoke going. And then we built the bank and the tables and all of that. So now the run is 24 foot, 25 foot rolling, I think. Normally when we hit the dirt, it's on the 6-foot kicker. So this year we're going to adjust it so we can use our 8-foot kicker. And then we got the angle, which is kind of like just a steep roller thing with an angle on the top. And then we got a roller, and then just a table that you can put rails on with a little wall ride at the edge. And then we got just a wooden bank. That's the mountain board side. And then of course we've got the airbag now as well. And then we want to build a quarter pipe dead in front of the jump, so I can just do a trick, ride the quarter pipe, get some quarter pipe practice. And then on the e-board side, you got all of that. And then down the right-hand side of the bank, you shoot behind it, go into the woods. There's a whole bunch of stuff in the woods, little trail. Come back out, there's a little bit there, and you can jump over the table, and there's a berm. And then the other side of the warehouse, if we want to e-board more, we can there's a little field of grass, we can cut a track out in there and zoom around in there as well.
So the farmer is still cool with you, like, because like you started like this and you just keep going like this.
Yeah.
And he's still cool with it.
Yeah, he loves it. You know, he's, like I say, he's really good friends with our dad and stepmum, and good friends of us now, of course, as well. But he loves it, you know, he's well into it. He's had a go on the e-board, little zoom around on the e-board. And then he's got a couple of lakes. So you go out to the farmyard, there's a couple of big lakes that you can just, he's happy for us just to bomb around. Just wherever, really. I've zoomed around the farmyard loads, zoomed up around the lakes. There's a nice little lap you can do, little country lap. We couldn't have a better landlord. It's ridiculous.
It sounds like a fucking legend.
Yeah, I mean, we pay what is really quite cheap rent for what we get. And, you know, if we ever want to build anything, he's got a digger on site. All we have to do is put the diesel in the digger. And if he's not using it, we can use the digger. He built most of the landing actually himself. We had the digger there. I don't know the size of diggers. It's a good size digger, but it's not.
I don't know the size of diggers.
Yeah.
I don't just know the size of random unknown diggers too.
Yeah.
Like
I
would say that
it's a medium-sized
given
digger.
the space that you're working in, it is probably around the 5 to 10 ton.
Yeah, I mean,
see, he does know.
yeah, it's a medium-sized digger. So yeah, we had that, and then in the meantime, he's always got this big ridge of mud in his farmyard. I think it's for when the fields get low in certain points, he can fill the fields up so it doesn't flood in sections. So we claim most of that mud mound. He's got a telehandler with a massive bucket. He'd pour it in a giant tractor trailer, fill that up, back it down, dump it off, and just do that. By which time we've moved about a third of the dirt he's delivered. So in the end, he got his telehandler with the bucket, just scooped all the dirt up. We said, right, we roughly want this sort of shape, nice and smooth, flattens down. About 5 minutes later, he's built the thing with his telehandler. I was like, well, that's done.
That's what 30 years of farming does.
Yeah, and I mean, he loves it. When he's building it, he's got a big grin on his face. He loves using his farming toys, so he gets a laugh out of it. And then yeah, any other time we need it, if we need dirt, he'll just shovel, like bring some buckets of dirt over and drop them off again. And like I say, every year we change stuff in the digger, so every year we get the digger out and build stuff. And
he's not got any brothers in Cornwall with farms, or has he?
No, he hasn't. No.
That's a shame.
Yeah. I mean, literally, I say, "Oh, can we do this? Yeah, if you want. Yeah, it's fine." Can we dig out loads of this floor here so it sort of banks around? He goes, yeah, there's a mains cable under there. It's 500 volts or something. So just don't dig into that. It's probably about this far down. All right, yeah, we'll be careful. Yeah, that's fine.
It's probably about this far down.
Yeah,
It's not definitely this far down.
And I'll find out exactly where it is. So he's like sprayed a can on the floor where it was, and we just sort of avoided that area. And it was like, oh yeah, can we sleep in one of your sheds because you got some friends coming over? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just pick up your rubbish. That's all sweet. Literally, like anything we want. Just yeah, if you want, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Sweet. Can we build a cabin into your woods, please? We don't chop any trees down, but we trim all the branches back. Yeah, that's fine. Just don't chop any trees down. Sweet. Yeah, cool. Can we be here at midnight making loads of noise? Yeah, that's fine. Don't live on the farm. So Dad lives on the farm, but he's deaf and he's the other side of that warehouse and no one else is nearby. So you're fine.
How far away from, well, your new house is the compound?
So that's 45 minutes away. Where I am at the minute on Canvey is about an hour, and Matt's new house is about half an hour away. So We both moved a bit closer. But like I say, my dad, where we work from, is only about 2 miles down the road, so I can leave 5 minutes after work. So normally we ride the airbag on a Wednesday. It's just worked out. Generally every Wednesday, assuming the weather's fine. Yeah, we ride. So my work calendar, I always end up my dad's way, 5 o'clock on a Wednesday or 4:30, and then I zip over and get everything prepped for when the boys get up, ready for the sesh.
And your mum and dad, like, obviously, like, well behind you, pair, with what you do.
Yeah. So
They fucking hell, I wish I never bought Matt that fucking board on his fucking 40th
I wish I'd got him a phone.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean they're well behind it. You know, they're not a problem with it. They might have a slight problem, you know, with injuries. You know, I've had, I think, 6 or 7 concussions. You know, fully just forget where I am, what I'm doing. I've been knocked out one time, which Ben actually mentioned on their podcast. I think you thought he meant knocked me out in a race. He did knock me out, but literally knocked me out.
Oh no! I don't recall thinking that he was referring to literally sparking you out.
Sparking you out.
I don't remember it, so it's not a problem really. But that was at Court Farm. I'll quickly tell the story. There's no animosity. It's fine. But it was Court Farm racing the orange track, and you go around the first corner, and I think it's like 2 rollers and then 2 rollers or something, or 2 rollers and a table. And I got into the point of just doubling the 2 rollers. I just found that fun. And I think in a race, I think Matt said he clipped my back wheels as I took off. So I just got over the double 90 backside and just out on the floor.
Man.
So that's that story.
Ben, yeah, if you're listening, that was Andy's recollection of you taking him out.
It's not my recollection.
He's been holding on to this beef for years, and he's coming for you.
But no, it's just one of them racing things, isn't it? I mean, I've not seen what happened. I don't know what happened. I just remembering, well, just coming to in the hospital, going, "What have I done? Why am I here?" And Matt's girlfriend Lee, or fiance, she was with me. She goes, "Oh," and I assume you've been concussed before. When you get your memory back, it's like a light switch. You go, I can remember. But you thought you could remember 30,000 times before that. So you've asked the questions a million times. And now and now you're trying to convince them that, no, this is actually it. I actually remember this time. Look, I remembered I've asked this before. She's like, yeah, you said that 6 times already in the last 10 minutes. No,
I've been concussed most of my adult life. I think I'm still concussed now.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was in A&E and I came to, and then I didn't get seen in the end because my memory came back, and they thought, oh, well, yeah, you'll be fine. So, yeah, that was one.
It's weird. It's because, like, when you're at an event or like somewhere like off your local track, and you sort of wake up in a hospital, and like you're way far away from where like your normal hospital. It's like sort of like a fucking head twist, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I remember that I was at Court Farm before it, so I figured I was in the hospital near Court Farm.
6 times.
Court Farm. How many has been at Court Farm? I think it's been 2 at Court Farm. One time was the orange track, and then I have a habit of just trying to jump really high on jumps, and then nose diving backside 45, just spanking the floor. So I did that at Court Farm as well, on the table. That was another concussion. What else have we had? We've had one at Hart Hill. That was a good one. That was my first one, actually, at Hart Hill. Middle of my GCSEs as well. Me and Matt were practicing for the UK champs, and then we were going down to eat lunch, I think. And Matt's like, oh, do you want to do another lap down the border cross? I was like, no, I'll just do the slalom. I'll have a chill run down the slalom. I get to the bottom. Matt says, you're right. And then I start repeating myself. Apparently, I spanked myself on the slalom on the way down and sorted myself out good and proper. I had a medical note for my GCSEs and everything, so I'd just sit there and just stare at the wall, just not do my exam. Just completely spaced out for that week.
I've done that without fucking concussion.
Yeah. I had one at XBP. That's probably the weakest concussion ever. They had a really skinny, just wedge launcher. I don't know, it's probably 2 or 3 foot tall, but it's about, I don't know, 2, 3 foot wide. And I don't know, I've scrubbed into it 50-50 up the edge and just gone over the front, and then that was another concussion. If ever you hear someone tell me to give it some beans, that's where that story comes from, because I have a Honda Civic Type R, and me and Matt driven there, so he couldn't drive my car home. So my brother and my mum came, Mark and my mum came, and Mark drove me back in my car, and I just kept saying, "Oh, you can give it some beans if you like," because his car's not as fast. So I thought, "Oh yeah, that's some power. You can give it some beans if you like." And the hour journey home, I don't know how many times I said it, but it's stuck ever since. So it clearly must have got annoyed.
I'm just going to geek for a second. What Type R have you got? Because I sold my EP3.
Mine's an FM2.
Very nice.
It's not as car enthusiastic, but it's a bit nicer.
It's still got that VTEC.
Yeah.
What?
Last of the VTECs. It's got a Group N remap on it as well. It's been modified. Yeah.
Lovely. What was it putting out after the remap?
Guys, have I got time to go for a quiz where you talk shit?
You have to buy a little chips thing to modify the ECUs on them, so then it just comes pre-installed with a remap on it that you can program. So that was that. Anyway, that's cars that are boring.
I had that Honda FRV, the one with 3 seats in the front.
Did you?
Yeah, I had one of them. I couldn't tell you what it fucking pulled or anything. It's just...
that's for sure.
I quite like the Hondas. They got some quirky little things on all the Hondas.
Yeah. Mine has triangular exhaust tips.
Should we go to another question?
Yeah, let's.
Do you want Adam, your brother, or Aiden?
Let's go for Matt. Go on in.
Okay. Here we go. I've got to get the right one because Lee will get very angry at Matt if I play the other one.
Oh, play the other one first.
No. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
We'll send you that one after.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
We have volume up. Here we go.
Look at that schnee. Well, here I am again. Another question. Another week, another question. But before we get there, Dan, Sloggs, I thought we were finally becoming friends, guys. And then the Lisa McClellan episode dropped, so screw you guys. But I'm here to support my bro. And bro, question for you, son. All right, here we go. Here it comes. You ready? It's coming right here.
Yeah.
As the current UK freestyle champion, what do you think it will take to retain your title at Bugs this year? What do you think? What's it going to take? What's it going to take? I'll stack of luck if you ask me.
I've watched that about 8 times.
Yeah.
Is that the little comment at the end does fucking make me chuckle.
What did he say right at the end? Did he say a mistake?
A whole stack of luck in my opinion.
All right. Yeah, probably. So if the jumps are big enough, I can put out my big boy tricks that are probably cover 1 run. I can't remember how many go for in the pros. I think it's 3 runs you need to bust out. But yeah, quite a lot. My plan is at Ramp World to just do a lot of switch, because switch terrifies me. Well, on our setup, it terrifies me. So I need to try and get used to some switch riding, and then I can drop the bag and switch, and then I think I'll be well on my way to defending myself. But without switch, I've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
I got some big tricks that Matt can't do, but he's got every switch trick ever that I can't do.
It's going to be interesting this year because it's a different centre. Because if I'm right, there's never been a champs at Bugs. Would that be right?
No, there has been. Well, not a solo championships, but there've been like a round there when there was like 6 rounds a year. There's been Bugs comps.
Right. Yeah. How long ago were we talking then?
20.
I think the last year there was multiple rounds, so probably 5 years ago. What we had Hart Hill.
So not that long ago then.
Hill, Ironsides, Hart Hill, Court Farm. I don't know. Joe Dixon did a double backflip, so since people did double backflips.
Right, so I was talking shit then.
Yeah, and then like I said, I remember one before that because I rode for Ride the Hill then. So when Ride the Hill were around, there was a competition there as well. Yeah. But yeah, so I reckon it's gonna have to be on the drop off.
Oh, you're gonna call your run?
I'll try and call a run. Let's see what we can get. I haven't ridden the big jumps there much, so I don't really know what's possible. But you got 2 big jumps and a quarter pipe, assuming the big jumps run. So it's gonna have to be back cork 10 to double flip 180 to something in the quarter pipe, which is not my domain.
Yeah. Or switch.
Yeah, we'll switch. Yeah. And who knows? I got a backside Misty going at the minute. I could bust out a backside Misty, baby. I don't know what other tricks I got that'll take Matt down. Double flip, it's always a hard one to beat. It'll take a lot of work in Goofy. That's the main thing.
What about your other competitors? I mean, it's not all about fucking Matt Brind.
Are there other freestyles? I mean, every time Matt's not been there, I've won it. So.
Is Eamon gonna be if Eamon's back's feeling better and he's not filming?
Yeah, I suppose Eamon's the main competitor, isn't he? Yeah.
I mean,
I can't think of any other brother combos that always give us a bit of jib. Or...
I'll set them up. You knock them down.
Yeah, that's it. No, I mean, obviously James and Ben are always a fierce competition. Then you got Emlyn. Emlyn smashes it every year. And any other randomers that pop up, like your Mark Adams and that. Mark Adams can just bust out 7s when he feels like it if he's not ridden in a year. So,
hey, if Bomber Morrison's back on the scene,
yeah,
turn up.
Yeah,
could
if any of the French come over or any of the Europeans at all come over, decide to come round.
Oh, I'd like that.
Yeah,
guys, if any of you Euros are watching, please come and ride the champs.
Absolutely. We've got a couple of bits before the champs this year, so hopefully we can get all the jumps running in nicely, because it would be nice to hit the big jumps. Because I think the champs that we've had there have mostly been on that little side hit, with the wooden kicker and like the rocket rail at the top. So it would be nice to hit the big kickers, that's for sure. Big air going. But yeah, no, it's James, Ben, Emlyn, all the ones we've named really are always the tough cookies to beat. You've got to see what they do on the day and go, right, can I beat that? I've got my Arsenal. But yeah, obviously Matt is probably the forefront, but maybe he'll get a kidney infection again and can't ride very well. He's planning on doing a Tough Mudder this year, and they always seem to give him a kidney infection. So we'll see how he gets on.
That's because you're wading through fucking shit.
Yeah. Well, he got one before when he did wakeboarding, and then he got another one after one of them nuclear races or whatever, Tough Mudders. So it's dirty water he doesn't like, so I might just push him in a pond or something. A couple of weeks before, knock him down.
Next time you're down at the compound, just say, let's go for an Eeb around the farmers' lakes, and
that's it. Yeah,
chuck him in there for a bit. Well, you got 2 questions left. Who do you want for your next one?
Go on, we'll go for Bleedish. We'll save Mr. Barton, because you never know what you're going to get from him. If it's going to be weird or if it's going to be something very
weirder.
Something weird or something weirder.
I mean, the Christmas tree entry is still the greatest one I've ever seen.
Oh,
I think it's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Alrighty, let's have a look.
All right, boys from the...
Let's have a look.
All right, Brian.
All right, boys from the dirt and Andy Brind. This is my question to you. If you could have any non-major superpower, like you can't have invisibility or super strength, what would it be and why? Cheers, guys.
There you go. Any major superpower? So I don't know. I was thinking about this. What is a major superpower?
Can't have that one. depends where the line's drawn with flight, I guess. If I can have a slow falling power, that'd be pretty good. Because then if something's gone wrong, quickly float. Just float down. Or I don't know, turn my body to sponge, so when you do hit the floor, poke it up. That'd be pretty good. They're all mountainboarding related, really.
I'm glad that you've kept it on topic. Don't worry.
I think they're probably the main two. Yeah. Turn myself to sponge or make myself lighter, like really light, like a helium balloon. So if it's gone wrong, you just heliumize and just slowly come down where you can get your bearings back and get back on board.
You're all about the freestyle, aren't you? There's definitely.
I mean,
there was no. I want to go fast power. I want a turbo button.
Turbo buttons. That sounds cool, right?
Racing scares me. I'd much rather just stick to some jumps or a downhill course. Ball across, gets to me sometimes. I'm a little flower,
I'll remember this. See you in the gates, young man.
If I'm in third place and I need to get through, then I'm going to go for it. If somebody's tussling me and I don't think two of us are going to come out in this corner, I'm just going to go, right, you just. I don't want the elbows and knees grazed again, please.
I fucking love the smack talk. I love it. Your brother, Sonny, they're all good at the smack talk, and it just fills me with joy. Absolute joy. What would your non-major superpower be, Slogger? Mountainboard related.
Can I get back to you on that? I'll have a think about it.
Nah, don't worry about it.
I'll have a one set for you at the end of the podcast. That all you can jump these days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
To be fair, I got a 4 set the other day of micro steps.
Nice.
Quite happy with that.
It's still 4 stairs, though, isn't it?
It's a
Like it is. Yeah.
Go on, Dan. What's yours?
What's my mountainboard superpower?
Yeah, non-major.
It's got to be non-major.
Not John Major, non-major. I would probably choose. Well, I mean, off the top of my head, I said a turbo button would be a pretty cool thing.
Pretty good.
I would like the ability to never hook up a truck again.
I think that's on the major list, isn't it? 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Hooking up a truck's a good one, actually, because then I could ride a skate park without being terrified the whole time.
Yeah. It'd make all manner. I mean, the only thing it's not going to make an advantage on is freestyle, but in a free ride environment as well.
Yeah, I like that.
Battering over roots or rocks and bits.
Oh, can I choose mine now?
Well, only if it's different.
Yeah.
I like the ability for my bones just to turn to rubber instantly on impact.
Trying to copy me there.
That's
really.
not a major though.
The sponge ability.
Or sponge.
Yeah.
That's not a sponge though.
No, obviously.
If I just turn to sponge, I just bounce off the floor. I've got no bones to break at that.
You're not going to bounce with sponge. You're just going to.
Suppose rubber bones, you'd bounce, I guess.
Exactly.
Still graze your elbows, though, Sloggs. What are you going to do about that?
Well, not cry about it, but not have broken ribs.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's just going to fall over and then bounce back 10 foot up in the air. Like when you get one of those ultra bouncy balls.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, look, we got we might as well go to our last question.
Might as well.
You've something to say, the time has passed. You go and save the best for last. Adam Barton. That wasn't who sung the song, that's who sent the question in.
Who sung the song? I don't know that song.
Never heard it.
No,
right. You probably don't want to know it. It's out of trite. Where are we? Here we go.
Just a quick question from me. I'm just wondering what it's like to be the cooler brother.
Can we play that again? Because his eyes look quite big then.
Yeah, well, he
You got
zoomed
to look
in,
at it in
didn't he?
perspective to the rest of his facial features.
Here we go. Here we go. One more time.
Quick question from me. I'm just wondering what it's like to be the cooler brother.
I love him.
So insecure and upset about it.
I've never been more impressed with someone that I've never met.
I know. Yeah, great.
He's brilliant.
He is. Oh, what does it take? I mean, you know, following in the shadow of the bigger brother, the other brother is always a good way to start. Because then people naturally just dislike that one because he's always up there. So then they go down to the second best, if you like. And, you know, I'm not trying to take any titles, you know, I'm not trying to be a big name and get on Nitro Circus and all of this, you know. I'm just trying to take my little slice and enjoy it and, you know, go with that. Be my own man, you know, be my own man.
Be yourself, man.
That's it. You carry on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
We like you, Andy. The community
Thanks.
likes you.
Thank you very
The
much.
community likes Mark as well.
Yeah.
We've never met him, but we like him. We like your parents.
Thanks. Yeah.
All their dogs.
Yeah.
Plants. The in-laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The girlfriend, of course.
Especially, yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, your future sister-in-law is very nice as well. We like her.
Yeah, she's all
right. She's making some bad life choices, but. Sloggs, have you got a 10 set for us, or have you?
Yeah, but I think there's something we haven't talked about yet that I would like to talk about.
You have already asked him his current setup.
That's your one question, other than your 10 set Sloggs. Come on.
I'm just thinking, like, because Matt showed some footage of you literally beasting over a car XBP after me and Dan had left, and it's fucking huge.
Yeah,
it's fucking massive. Do you want to talk about that? And we'll show the footage of it.
Yeah, sure. I did a bigger gap than that, actually, but yeah. So that was after you guys left and the Toomeys took over. I assume you remember Aiden Toomey, brother Keelan, is it? And then his mum Alison, and I can't remember his dad's name.
We call him Barry.
Barry, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Aiden was a pad monkey when I was there. He was
yeah, absolutely, like with all the Leicester gang and all of that. Yeah. So yeah, they took it over, sort of turned it into a proper business, if you like, rather than a mountainboard park. And yeah, so they sponsored me at that point, and then just messing around one day. They had that demo ramp they used to take around, and they put that up after the big air. Well, as you see in the video, because I pump over that. Wasn't the most ideal day for it, as you can tell by how far I had to start up the hill. But yeah, just messing around, seeing how far I could jump that first, and then we eventually put his car in the middle, his 1 Series BMW, and jumped over that.
So, what are the biggest sort of kickers you've been hitting in your career? Then would you say?
I don't really know. I was looking earlier actually on where is it on my Insta. Probably the biggest sketchiest jump I did. I'll quickly find it. Was at Ride the Hill, and I was doing the same thing again, but on a day that really accommodated trying to jump a stupidly big gap of a small kicker for the size. And I think I got that to 25 foot in the gap somewhere here. And that's probably the sketchiest jump I've done. I've done, every mountain board jump going really. Our airbag jump's an 8 foot tall kicker, which I think is the tallest kicker I've hit. But the gap's not very big on that because you're mostly going up rather than long. But I like to go large generally. My freestyle never really came into its own until the last few years. So I was always about going big and just jumping really high. That was always me. Where is this picture?
Now you've managed to marry a bit of style and substance to the height and amplitude.
Yeah, so I'm Tricks always used to scare me as well. I was always quite a timid rider actually. But now, like last year when we went to the comp after having the airbag, happy as Larry doing any tricks, you know. So yeah, now the freestyles really come through finally. Whereas before I'd really have to tease it out and slowly build up to do it all right. Or must do a 360 this time, or must do a backflip. Whereas now it's just I'll just do a 360 now. Yeah, I'm trying to find this picture. I'm sure I saw it earlier. Give me just a moment. Maybe it's not on here. Yeah, I jumped over the Ride the Hill squad, like Alan Newman, Yain, Jehu. I think he lives on the Isle of Wight now, maybe, and all of that. I jumped over one of them in the gap, and it's quite small. But I really want to hit the Nitro Circus ramp. We're hoping that if they come to the UK again, Matt can nudge a few people and try and get us to ride it in practice or something. That'd be a great time. But, yeah.
Well, the Crusty Demons are over this year, I think. Would there be any crossover there that you might be able to?
Maybe. I mean, I just want to hit a big jump, like I say. So anything big that we know is going to work would be good.
Yeah.
Like I say, even if it's not tricks, I just like to just go wee and fly off. Pretty good. I really want to find a picture.
There seems to be a bit of a lacking in action sports festivals and demos and publicity events these days.
Yeah, I suppose, because there always used to be NAS going on. I don't know if NAS still happens, does it?
NAS still happens, yeah. But I think
to a small degree, though, isn't it? It's still,
right.
I think it's more of a music festival now than anything else, isn't it?
Right.
Music, skate, and BMX.
That's it. But yeah, we used
that's all it really was before. But I think it was. It just seems to have not got the gravitas that it once had.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to do festival and camp festival. Well, I never did the festival shows, but Matt did the festival shows, and then I did a few of the camp festival ones. That was a pretty big ramp. It got a lot smaller over the years, but we used to call that Big Blue, which is what we based our kicker off, actually. That's smaller. Right, I found this picture. There we go.
Right.
Bearing in mind, you can see how tall the landing is. It's, 5.5 foot tall. There's not much room to go wrong.
Yeah.
That was as big as I got that gap. I'll send you that so I can blow it up full time. Yeah, the publicity's gone down a lot, obviously, but everything has, hasn't it, really? Not so much you can do. But, yeah.
No, especially COVID did not help the situation.
No.
That sort of...
You ready for a 10 set?
Nah. So...
Fuck it off now, shall we?
Let me guess. Don't think about it. Just shout out the first thing that comes to your mind.
Right, so Sloggs' 10 set. Take your time, deliberate over it, and really think about what you're going to say.
Sure.
And then make sure you put your workings out in the answer.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Me and Matt love maths, so we're all about workings out.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Reg or goof?
I'm left foot forward. Is that regular? Yeah?
It depends. Are you going to switch?
He's going to ask you front side or back side at some point in this, surely.
Oh, yeah, all right. It's regular. It's regular.
No, I'm not actually.
Oh.
Front side or back side?
Front side on the big stuff. I like a backside 180. Everyone likes a backside 180. And obviously you got the back cork 10 in there, so probably front side though. I like a nice easy 3, stylish 3.
What's your favourite 3 trick grab variation other than the quintuple tap indie?
Ooh. I quite like at the minute a 270 poke with a mute indie, but I like to cross my hands over. So you got both hands on the toe side of the board, shifting it right out, but you got your hands crossed. It's just a bit different. I'm quite into my double grabs with spins.
Cheeky.
He's having a hand up here somewhere doing something weird. You get both hands on the board and.
Park or free ride?
Park. I've never really done much free ride.
Why not?
Free ride. I mean, Depends how I see free riders sort of gnarly stuff in the woods or the mountains. Going down a grass hill, Cleve, I think, might be an exception. I've never been to Cleve.
Yeah. I agree with that. Free ride isn't a fucking grass fucking hill unless it is Cleve.
And the only really solid amount of woodland riding I've done is at Danbury, but that's mountain bike trails in the woods. So again, you've got a predetermined route to sort of go. So I don't see that as free ride personally, but you know, so park, yeah, Eeb-it's park.
I was about to say, I would love to see you guys. Do you follow snowboarding? I know your brother does, but do you follow snowboarding a bit?
A bit, a few pages here and there.
Follow the natural selection tour?
I didn't see last one. I meant to. I didn't get to catch up on it.
Well, so you're familiar with it at least?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'd love to see something like that, or what's the bike in Red Bull Rampage? Yeah, that sort of style stuff. Where I mean, obviously, I'm not a good enough freestyler, but I can handle the downhill.
Yeah, I was saying, it's not all about the freestyle on them, though, is it? Some of it's about the line they make and all of that, isn't it? So.
Yeah. I mean, do you ever fancy yourself on? Would you go into a free ride environment and be a freestyler?
I'll give it a try. Like I say, it's just something I've not done much. I like to do more of it, but in Essex, it's just flat everywhere. So the hills you do have don't really lend themselves to woodlands riding because you haven't got enough hill to get going. But I'll give it a try, certainly. It's definitely a great place to get your boarding skills dialed in before you start doing your tricks and all of that sort of stuff. I think it's a good place to learn to ride is in the woods, probably.
Yeah.
You know, dodging trees, skidding.
It sharpens your reactions, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And it teaches you all that board control because it's not nice, smooth stuff and all of that. But yeah, I'll give it a try. I need to get more of it done.
Board across or freestyle?
Freestyle.
Has that always been the case?
Like I say, I've always liked just getting in the air. That's been my main thing. Even when I was younger, I couldn't do any tricks. I just like to get off a nice jump and get some air time. I really like downhill, like probably not proper downhill, but a time trial, say. I like that sort of thing where it's just 1v1. But yeah, freestyle, I think, still takes the cake, still wins.
Favourite rider?
I was thinking about this. So there's two main ones for me. So one is Tom Reed. I've done a few MBS demos, and one of them he just showed up after years off a board, and he was just as good as the day left. Backcourt fives, his front flips are just gorgeous. It's just such an easy style he always had.
Yeah.
And seeing him ride it out to grass and stuff, bombing it down that board across was just awesome. So when I was younger, I liked to watch him ride. And the other one, I really like to see Emlyn riding. Just
shouts.
I know, all right, he's not the best rider or whatever, but he's got the skills. But it's just more, I know he's always worried about filming everything. And when he doesn't worry about filming it and he just rides, he's just having such a good time. It just makes me happy seeing how happy he is to get the riding in. Whereas everybody expects him to do the filming, so then sometimes I reckon he feels obliged to film, and then he misses out on the session.
You could definitely
likes filming, but
you could definitely see he's torn at times, isn't he? Between the two.
But when he's in the session and just having a blast with everyone, I love to watch Emlyn ride. He's always got such a grin. It's that's a cool one.
Yeah, I like that answer.
Yeah. And Matt's up there. I'll let him have that. Yeah, inspiration.
You got a surname to drop on that one?
Matt Humphrey? Matt Wright? Matt Wright. Look, Matt Wright. That was it. No, yeah. I mean, obviously, Matt inspired a lot of the freestyle stuff for me. And he always kept me riding generally. So, because I took a couple of years off when I first started, I think he always nudged me to get back out and get on it. So, always good.
Oh.
And he's the main riding part of me. Yeah, he's about the only person.
He's done one thing that's good for the community.
Yeah,
and that's bringing you back.
That's it. Yeah.
Much love, Matt Humphreys. Love you, bro. Flip or spin?
Spin. Yeah, spin.
Every day of the week?
It's a tough one. I'm really into front flips. I really like front flips, but
I've gone for spin.
you can spin anything anywhere, you know. You can spin on the floor. So if you want to just jib around and mess around on a tiny little kicker, you can have fun all day doing little stupid spins. Big jump, all right, nice big fronty's cool, but so's a cool 360 or a 7, you know.
Favourite centre, past or present?
Ride the hill, XBP.
Oh.
That's really?
Yeah. In the Toomey series saga, you know.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. I mean, the whole time we went there, it's always the main thing I liked about it. It was always good to ride. You know, the grass was never overgrown. Even like whoever ran it, the whole place just ran nicely the whole time.
It had decent soil. It had decent drainage there.
Yeah.
That's what because like some years you could run it all year. Like you could run it through the winter because it had decent drainage. And I think that's an important part of it.
Yeah, and it had an uplift permanently that you didn't have to wait for. But the amount of fun days we had there is ridiculous. Like when they had the mini border cross, that was always a blast. Do you remember the mini border cross? You go
through the tunnel,
across the top of the hill, and then down through the orchard.
Yeah, the orchard run. Yeah.
The orchard run. Yeah, that was a blast. And then they had the foam pit, and then the slalom just on the main slope was always a great time. We, if ever it was really wet when we got there, we used to do what we called Sladoom. So we'd get a load of kickers.
I hadn't brought it up, but I'm glad that you had, because that was one of the things that your brother said to press you on. Explain Sladoom.
Sladoom. So mostly from memory, it was me, Matt, Will McCauley, Connor Tyson, that sort of group. And if it was wet and slippy, you get on the slalom hill, you get a load of kickers out from the jib zone or a rail or a tube, and you just put them on the slalom track. So you've got to always jump over the box, over the jump, over the rail, and it'd be like a little wedge kicker straight into the corner. So you landed, you try to turn on this icy floor, and then full contact was allowed. So there's tugging. And because it's quite slow, you'd always be bunched up, so it'd be tugging off each other. Somebody would slide and take out everyone else. Incredible races. It was,
there's the title for your episode. You'd be tugging off each other.
Not many people got to experience Sladoom, but they were some of the best stupid events we did. Well, I say events, best little races we did. And then I really liked the border cross track. After it got redone and it was that supercross thing with the different lines you could take at the end, I always really liked that. That was good. And it's always a good, solid freestyle jump.
I have to say, I rode it once there in the Toomey years, and I can't remember. I can't remember the BX there. I'm sure. It might not have been redone in when I was there, that's for sure.
Yeah, the main end of it was the last couple of features was the penultimate one. We had a big wooden wedge sort of launcher kicker, and it was a massive table for the size of the hill. The part of the fun was trying to tank enough speed in to clear it. And then at the end, they used to have, what was it? I think it was a roller at one point it was a table, but it had like a double on each side of it. There's a double rollers, big, like double. And again, you try and clear the table and clear that. And then at one point, they had like a step up to a table to a step down or something. Something else was going on before that as well. But again, like I say, it was just always a great time there, you know. Always went there from a kid. Learned a lot there. Many good times. I used to ride the Dragon's back rail. God knows why. It's terrifying.
Yeah, it's an awful rail, isn't it?
I remember loving it at one point.
Little kids, like you do a lesson there, and like you say, right, hour later, go off the hill. They make a fucking beeline for that, and you have like 8-year-olds on fucking ride the hill boards, fucking trying to hit that dragon back.
Yeah.
Fucking, you just look at it. I'm not really getting involved. It's just wander down the other side of the hill.
That's it.
Classic responsible mountain board. What is that? I haven't seen it.
But that's the one that Beer and doubled, didn't he?
Yeah, I heard that story. Yeah. I assume he actually did. I've never seen footage or spoken.
Oh,
to
I think I've seen footage, or is that the
really?
lost? Is that the lost tapes?
I don't know. Sloggs, find that photo for me.
What, right now?
If Sloggs can find that photo or that footage, we'll be putting it up here.
All right, give me. When's this going out?
Probably a week
on
Sunday.
Sunday.
All right, give me 4 weeks. I'll sort it. But like, yeah, he doubled it. He did double it.
Fair play. Yeah, that's burly as, but that's beer for you, I suppose.
Yeah.
But he dabbles in freestyle. He does crazy stuff. I'm pretty sure he could front flip, couldn't he? And then he's got crazy backside threes, and then he doubles dragons backs. So yeah, fair play, beer.
It could be up for your title here this year, but
Yeah.
Right. Best board across track.
At least Slovenia. I know everyone loves Serbia, but Serbia's scary, it's good, but it's scary. But yeah, the Slovenia track was just great fun. Yeah, I got a follow cam with James down it. I'll send you that, and you can probably put that out. But you can just jib down it, tank it, whatever. Out to grass was really good as well, but Slovenia's I think is my favourite.
Oh, excellent! That's another woodland style one that I'd like to ride at some point.
Yeah, I got a great crash of Matt in the freestyle of that. I'll send
us that. We want to see that.
Yeah, I'll send it for this, but also you can keep it for his podcast. Great. Yeah, fully into the trees, face first.
Well, maybe we should save that for his one.
Oh, there's loads of them. Who knows how Matt's episode will go down? Whether we'll be nice to him on the day or whether we'll keep up this rapport. Or just
never mind that. Whether we'll even have him on, to be fair. Well, I got one last one for you.
Yeah, far away.
Favorite trick.
Well, my favorite trick to do, my favorite trick to see.
We'll do both. What's your favorite trick to lay down?
Right. That I've actually landed, or can I claim an airbag trick?
It's your choice. It's your question.
Your episode.
At the minute, I really like doing my front flip backside. No, what? I'm torn between a 50 late backside 180 backflip, so a backside rodeo, but your frontside stale fish to backside 180 out, or just a nose grab backside misty. I think. Any airbag tricks. To dirt, I really like a front flip, like I say. That's probably my favourite at the minute. Yeah, to see, just a steezy 3 works a treat for me. Front side, back side, whatever. Just make it look cool.
Send us through the footage of each of those tricks that you've just mentioned.
Right.
Email it.
Will do. Yeah.
We'll put them up. Dude, is there... Sloggs, you're done on that, are you?
Yeah, that's a 10.
Dude, is there anything else that we haven't covered that you would like to cover? Or is there anything... Any shout outs, anybody smack talk you want to give?
I mean, Sonny brings it on himself. We don't need to go there.
True story.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more that could be said, but we won't drag it out. Thanks to Tramper, I guess. Tramper do what they do for us. We're currently mostly on an e-board deal now, so because the mountain boarding of it's sort of dying away, it's all e-board stuff now. But even so, discounts, parts, whatever. Much appreciated, Ted. Trips, cool. Yeah. DD airbags gave us a discount on the airbag. Thank you very much, Todd, and the DD airbags people. Matt for all the hand-me-downs. Stop playing the music soon. I need to hurry up and get off the stage. No, and thanks to you guys, of course. I do enjoy watching every single one. even the people I've never heard of. I knew of Don Baker, but I didn't know anything about him. I didn't realise he was such a big part in mountainboarding history.
That was a good episode. I enjoyed that one. Was like for me, just the insight into the history of it.
Yeah, I mean, most people as well. I didn't realise they'd been around for so long, like Scott and all of that. I didn't realise he'd been around since like early days as well. But I was only a kid, so I didn't know everyone back then. But yeah. No,
yeah, we need to go back across the Atlantic at the moment. I'm waiting for one rider who's said that they'd come on to finish a busy stint at work.
Oh, who's that?
And I was waiting for the snow season to finish to get another rider on. I don't know what I could just say their names, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep the mystique there.
Yeah.
Oh, you saucy little bugger.
Yeah. Is one of their initials AJ? Because I know he's busy on the snow a lot of the time.
I would not. You'll get nothing out of me.
I'm curious to know what AJ stands for. Does anyone know what AJ stands for, or is his name just AJ?
Who you mean, Lawson?
Yeah, AJ Lawson. AJ Lawson.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the famous one from Strictly Come Dancing.
No, not bothered about him.
I don't know. We'll find out. Well, if and when he graces us with his presence, Andrew, I will hope that you will send in that question as your question.
Yeah. He's another solid rider that I love to watch. I'll put him up there in the favourite riders list. He is. Yeah,
the kid's definitely got something in it. I'm so glad you said Tom Reed though. That was a real good shout there. The guy was incredible back in the day.
I might have some footage of him actually you can put up when I said that. Because at that demo, I filmed him on my GoPro, and like I say, I hadn't ridden in years. And just the stuff he was doing is ridiculous. But yeah, I'll see if I can get some of that over.
Do you ever speak to him? You need to get him back on a board.
I let Matt deal with all of that. Matt claims he can get anyone. You know, he said, "Oh, I'll get the Kirkmans over." Never seen him. You know. I think you said Mick was kind of keen at one point, so we might be able to get Mick involved maybe on the old airbag.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, Tom Reed, I think he's another one that we might be able to convince. Ollie Morrison has obviously already come back free riding. He's keen to come and hit the bag. I think Matt said
he's reasonably local to you now as well, isn't he? I say reasonably local, within an hour or two.
Yeah. I think he said he wants to hit a proper jump like Ramp World, and then he's done a proper jump again then, and then he might come and hit the bag, I think Matt said. Yeah, we're trying to get the old boys back out, you know. The ones that will get the scene stoked again.
Oh yeah. We don't need it. We do need it. Is at the bottom.
Make your mind up.
The new boys.
I love the scene. I love the scene. I love the community, and I love the fact that you kind of know everyone in it. But at the same token, for the future of the sport, it needs to keep evolving and growing, doesn't it?
I mean, the new chaps, like I say, off the e-boards, are all stoking the scene up big time, and Adam Barton. Well, Adam's not off the e-board, is he? He's from a skateboard, isn't he? So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, all of their stuff they're posting, I get stoked off of watching that. I think it's so cool. Having and smashing it, and I do. That's the same. So
I think this is the bit that maybe a lot of people who aren't quite as good at freestyle or riding, you know, might be a little bit nervous to perhaps put content out or to document and have it out there for others to see. But let me tell you, I get so stoked off of seeing a beginner's first turns.
Oh yeah,
I've said this before. You know, as much as I love seeing you guys at the top level, you know, really pushing the boundaries of the sport in terms of what you're doing and where you're pushing the freestyle. Like, I get just as much of a buzz at seeing some 4-year-old doing the power slide or
those little nippers at LA, all parting off down the fucking thing. That just put a smile on my face.
Some of them like do like hand plants on the quarter pipe and stuff. Like, what? How?
Exactly. Well, I don't suppose it's any different to the kids going and trying the dragon backs.
No, yeah.
It's that exact same philosophy. And trying to bottle that stoke is just wonderful.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, look, unless there's anything else, your final words, Andy, then I'm going to look to tie it up if that's all right with you.
Oh, we're not the longest episode yet. What's another story that you know?
I need a piss.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm happy to wrap it up anyway. I'm sweating to these bulbs go.
Perfect. Well, look, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, Sloggs, again.
Yeah, happy birthday,
Look forward to your party on Friday and Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking forward to most, Ramp Road or Cleve.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people know Ramp Road's like a private evening session. I don't know if people are going to turn up in the morning and expect us all to be there or what, but...
I was going to turn up in the morning at one point.
Yeah. I've not mentioned it at all on the day.
Yeah.
I've kept it still because I knew it was a private party, invite only. So I've just kept it to myself.
Yeah. Well, we'll see before this comes out.
You weren't invited.
But I'm looking forward to Cleve. It'll be nice, and I'm going to leave my e-board in the car. That's my plan. I'm not taking it out on Cleve.
Yeah.
Leave it.
I don't even have to bring mine down. But...
I might even leave it at home. There's no need for it at Ramp World.
No.
Maybe we should do that, Dan. Both of us.
Don't fucking bring me into your fucking stupid ideas.
It's not called It's not called the E-Dirt Mountainboard podcast, is it?
We could call it the Dirty Mountainboard podcast.
Yeah. I thought that before. Yeah, if you wanted to go electric, to call it Dirty.
Dirty.
Yeah. Dude, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, man. We really appreciate it.
So I appreciate you having me on.
We'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, I think it's 8 p.m.
If you're watching
8 a.m. Yeah.
8 a.m. Adrenaline Alley.
Yeah.
8 a.m. till midday.
That's it.
Right, cool. Gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, we'll do.
I'll see you later.
Take it easy, lads.
See ya.
You.
Way aye, man. That was dead canny as out, that like. Cheers for tuning out to listen. Now, before you gan yem, don't forget, if you want to keep getting doing with the Dorty Dort fun, like and subscribe. Get amongst it. Shy Ben's getting out.